Welcome to the pre-fire strafe masterclass of boot camp. Goes a little something like this. Go corridor, start running, pre-fire, see person, knock them, pre-fire, see person, knock them, reload, push, see person, clear them, reload, get ready, see person, don't thirst, kill partner, repeat, rinse, champion! Well, hello there, humans, bees, earthlings, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and if you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too. I'm Bushka. Welcome back to the channel, and thank you very much for joining me here today for what promises to be an interesting topic. This is aiming, and how to aim better. And in fact, how to aim not so much better, but more effectively and efficiently. Everyone loves running around and popping off headshots and being awesome. But when I started looking into doing this video and doing a bit of research and looking at my own gameplay, I discovered something pretty crazy. And you're going to see a lot of clips here where the same thing happens time and time again. And that is, I don't do a lot of headshots. I actually was really surprised when I looked at the staggering amount of times I'm in these situations, and it's not the aiming at this kind of range that I'm talking about, where you do get headshots and where you're using QBUs and sniper rifles and things. That's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is the real meat and potatoes of PUBG Mobile, which is that mid to close range aiming where you're landing and dealing with people in direct proximity. And even in TPP, this is more of what you're going to be doing, because in TPP especially, you don't really take engagements until you absolutely have to, because of the compression of the circle and the nature of third-party peeking. And even, like, watch this whole run where there's a squad pushing out and under pressure from people further to the north in Paradise Resort. And I'm constantly peeking out and shooting these guys, and all these shots, for the most part, because I'm controlling the recoil really well, there's only one headshot in all that mod, like one single solitary headshot out of all that. And one of the reasons I mentioned just there, controlling recoil, is a big part of this. And I also discovered something else. When you play Claw, and it's something, if you've ever watched Athena Gaming do this, and I didn't realize until I actually looked at my own hand cam, is that you will drag down with your pointer finger, the claw finger, and then you aim with your thumb and drag down at the same time. So you actually have, when you claw, a double recoil control going on, which is really crazy. I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. Now, what I want to talk to you about is recoil control, really. And I want to talk to you about something that I found out when I started doing this, which is quite funny. When I play, I am obviously a claw player. Now, a thumb player, when they're controlling recoil, and they want to strafe, they would hold their thumb down on the screen like this and move the gun around, okay? What a claw player has as an advantage there is the thumb can move to control recoil, but there's a dedicated recoil finger right here that just drags down the screen. Now, you've probably seen this on various players who use claw, but watch my thumb and watch my fingers both move down the screen at the same time. And at the same time, I'm going to control where the gun is aiming with my thumb. Now, when you start doing things at range, that becomes more obvious. You can see both my fingers are moving there. Now, don't despair, because what I realized is that is actually something crazy. That's making me hit less headshots, because my recoil control is so freaking on point. And you can see in all these clips, I am center mass. This is interesting, because if you are someone that loves the numbers like I do, there is two things here. One is your variance is a lot smaller. So that means I'm going to hit fewer headshots, but I'm going to miss fewer shots overall. I'm going to hit more of those center mass targets. What this also means is that quite often when I'm running a gun like the AKM, which is a double chest, one headshot kill, I'm not getting that headshot because the recoil is being controlled so steadily that the gun isn't rising naturally like it does for a lot of thumb players. And that's one of the reasons why I'll quite often run up against players with poor recoil control using an AKM, and I'll be like, for God's sakes, seriously? Like, you just killed me and I was hammering him, and look at all the splats, and it's desync. And it's not just desync, it's the fact that the gun naturally rises up. Watch this. Again, I'm going to look to hit high chest and let it rise up to the head, which is how I've been taught myself to play. But they're all chest shots. They're all chest shots. Look at how close I am to a headshot, but how I constantly bring the gun back down into a chest shot. Interesting, hey? And this is why I started doing to train myself to get more headshots. I started running around for a whole day just doing single tapping in games and trying to win games, just tapping out with Mini 14s and M16A4s and all that kind of thing. And the end result was that I still couldn't make myself hit headshots unless I consciously think about it. All that's happening is I just keep lowering the gun down and controlling recoil. And that gave me my next kind of idea, which was, hey, maybe I'm just better off sticking with what's been working and has been winning me a lot of games, because when I come in these situations where it's really, really tight, I am a high floor player. What does that mean? High floor, low ceiling. It means that I'm going to hit more shots. It means that I'm going to regularly beat people because I consistently hit the target. And maybe aiming center mass is the way for you to improve your gameplay. So that if you aim center mass, you're going to win more of these engagements because you're going to miss fewer shots than the other guy. Your variance is going to be a bit rough at times like this, where they get those headshots in, you're going to nearly lose. But you'll be able to reliably clear targets in X amount of seconds rather than randomly clearing targets in incredibly fast times and at other times completely missing the target. So the end result of this, headshots are nice and take them when you can get them, but aim center mass all the time. Center mass will give you a much better outcome in the long run than trying to hit headshots and missing them a lot more often than not. I'm Pushka. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's funny what happens when you actually start looking at things and analyzing them and understanding what you do well and what you do poorly, but the end result's the same. We learned something. Until next time, if you want to become part of the crew, join on up, patreon.com/thebushka. We do live streams, we do custom rooms, I do squads with everyone, and just have a good time. And if not, and you just want to support the channel, like and subscribe, that'd be great too. Until next time, stay safe on the battlefield. Bye for now.